Strength foundations for pop-ups. This is how you improve your pop-up. Chris Mills, surfstrengthcoach.com. So we look at the pop-up. It's a push and a bend pattern. Bend pattern because you're bringing those legs underneath you. So how do we improve those? We break it down into the foundation components of a push-up and core control with hip flexion. You improve those things, and then you can practice the skill of popping up. You can practice some on dry land. Again, it's best if done in the water. Popping up, that movement pattern, that is a skill, that is an ingrained motor engram, is what we call it. It's a movement pattern that you kind of put in your brain, right? Your brain knows how to talk to all those muscles, make it happen. Pros have popped up tens of thousands of times. People have problems with their pop-ups because they either lack the flexibility or they're too weak. So I've seen some surf fitness stuff, functional training on the internet lately that's too circusy. It's not differentiating between skill improvement or foundational improvement. The way to improve your skill is to improve the foundations and then go practice your skill in the water. There's a cardinal that seems to be trying to get laid, doing all sorts of hollering, sorry. So the foundations. You need to be flexible or have the adequate flexibility, strength, power, okay? Guys over 30, 35, they usually can't because they lack the flexibility. Ankle range of motion, knee, hip. We look at a deep squat. I've talked about the flexibility component. It's like a 15-minute video. Check it out. I'll link to it. First, you need to have an adequate push-up. Good core position, good upper body position. I'm not sagged, I'm not sagging, I'm not butt out, tight core. A good push-up. Girls, you need to do a good push-up too. You can then increase the complexity of a push-up. Maybe you're just doing solid ground push-ups for 20 reps. You're working on strength endurance. Maybe you're doing them on a Bosu ball for unstable surfaces. Maybe you're working on speed. Or you're doing that type of component, right? So you're improving the foundations of the push-up. Then we look to the core control and hip flexion. First off is a jackknife. This gets butchered a lot. Tight core. So I'm not anterior tilted, nice good posterior tilt, lower abdominals are controlled, tight shoulders. Only bring the legs as far underneath you without rounding. So controlled spine, controlled core. Jackknife. I'd like to see 2 to 3 sets of that, where your set lasts about a minute and you're doing 10 to 12 reps. Requires a lot of good core control. So if you can't maintain that good solid foundation and you start really sagging, you're lacking adequate pelvic control, you're not stabilizing the spine. Tight jackknives, okay? That could progress into single leg jackknife. Where you're doing about 8 to 10 reps per leg, slow, controlled. So again, all this is working on is being able to get those legs underneath you. It's improving the strength. But you need to have the flexibility to be in that low position and come up, right? The progressive version of this kind of core work, a lot of people aren't ready for this. You need to have adequate shoulder range of motion as well. Are the pikes. Tight, controlled. Or again, it's working on that hip movement. Those improve the foundations, right? The core control, the hip flexion, the pushing component. Then you can start to combine them into more technical movements, not doing the circusy stuff. If you've improved the strength capacity and your flexibility component, then you can start working on the skill of just a basic floor pop-up. And some people say, oh, short boarders, you pop off the knee, so then you would just come off the knee. But again, what's critical is to have a healthy joint, shoulder, upper body structure, pressing power, that core control component, getting those hips up and under, and the flexibility. So you can work on some ground pop-ups. About as circusy as I would get with it would be doing it all on a Bosu. So you've got your hands on a Bosu, it's unstable, and then you're popping up onto the Bosu. Anything more extravagant than that in circusy, again, you're missing the idea of improving the foundations of movement versus improving your skill. Cool? Very different things. Make sure you're flexible. Check out the other video. Work on your push-ups or variations of push-ups. Work on your core control, core strength, and the ability to get those hips underneath you. And then integrate it. Work on some pop-ups on the gym floor. Whatever the case may be. Don't get too circusy. Train smart. Train efficiently. If you've got questions, get in touch on Facebook or email me, surfstrengthcoach@gmail.com. Improve the way you move so you can keep surfing, stay in the water, do what you want to in life. Cool? Peace.